If you wear one of these fragrances and you come across someone who smells it and they tell you they don't like it, have them call me.
Obviously, this is a complete joke. No, there is not a single fragrance ever made on this planet that every single human being alive can possibly like. It's just not going to happen. But that is the beauty of wearable art. That's how I approach fragrance. There's taste involved. You may like something I don't like, vice versa. You may love something that I only just like, vice versa. Today's video is focusing on 10 fragrances, and these are going to be niche/indie fragrances, mostly niche, but these are going to be some of the easiest to wear, easiest to love niche fragrances in my collection, but ones that I still find interesting, ones that I still very much call niche. I have a whole definition for what a niche fragrance is versus a mainstream scent. I've talked about it many times, but just to give you a very brief overview, in order of importance, from 3 to 1. Number 3 is going to be performance. People expect a niche fragrance to last a long time if you're going to pay a lot of money for it. It's not something that's super important to me, but I understand why people need that. Number 2 is going to be quality. Yes, we want it to be a high quality scent, and we want high quality presentation if it comes with that. And number 1 is going to be uniqueness. That is what's most important to me when it comes to niche fragrances. It's something that's not trying to be something else. It's trying to challenge us. It's trying to paint a picture, whatever it may be. That is niche. In my eyes, take it or leave it. But the fragrances I'm talking about here are ones that I think most people, I'd say 8 out of 10 people, can pick up and smell and find a little bit of themselves in it. They're not going to be too much of this or too much of that, too woody or dry, too earthy, too sweet. We're not dealing with that. We have some stuff that kind of rides the line, but fragrances that I still think have definitive identities. Let's dive right into it. In no particular order here. This first one up here is coming from the house of Cajon.
That was terribly said.
This fragrance smells a lot better than my pronunciation. This is called Aimez-Moi, Comme, Suis. Simplicity, but still complex. There's a lot going on here. You wouldn't think it by the note breakdown that's usually published, but you can smell there's a lot playing around here, but it comes together in something that's very easy to wear, very cohesive, very handsome. This is something I would reserve for the fall or spring. It is kind of the way it looks. There's an ambery feel, kind of an earthy woody feel, but it's very light, it's soft. This is very nutty. You get a lot of hazelnut going on here. Very, very nutty, a little bit sweet, and a little bit dry and woody. And that is mostly what you get, but there's some things kind of filling in the gaps that smooth it out, that make it, again, so handsome, so refined, simply beautiful. A lot of people would consider this quite masculine. Take that as you will. But I think this is super easy to wear, super easy to love, but still quite different. That is Aimez-Moi, Comme, Suis from Caron.
That didn't get any better.
Coming from the indie house of Gallagher Fragrances, one of their previous releases that I still love, my wife still loves it on me. This is called O'Vert. Play on words for sure. Juicy citrus. That is 2 words I would use to describe it when you first smell it. My mouth is watering. Juicy citrus, lots of mandarin, lots of lemon. Beautiful, bright, a little bit sweet in a fruity way, but also kind of tart. Mandarin and lemon seem to balance each other very well, very natural smelling. A little spicy, a little bit aquatic. There's kind of this marine-like saltiness floating around, and it dries pretty woody with vetiver on my skin with a little bit of musk kind of filling it out. Super easy to wear, beautiful in the summertime. Can be casual or a little bit more dressed up. It's the kind of scent that has elements that might remind you of some other things, but I can't place it. I can't place any one fragrance to this one. It smells like its own thing. Again, it does have an identity, but it's still very easygoing. O'Vert from Gallagher Fragrances. From Micallef, one of their most popular fragrances. This is called Osaïto in this beautiful bottle. This is a great example of presentation being a part of the package here. Great weight, great materials, very unique looking. Oh man, I don't remember all the notes in here, but this is kind of like a fresh minerally fragrance. There's a little bit of this watery, kind of wet stone feel, a little bit salty in a way, a little citrusy. Yeah, it smells like water flowing over cobblestone or something like that. Maybe even a touch of an inky vibe. that might remind you of something like Silver Mountain Water from Creed, but way more tame, way more accessible than something like that, which is maybe more definitive than this. Doesn't last all that long, doesn't project all that much, sits pretty light, but that makes it very easy to wear. It's not gonna offend anyone. Great quality ingredients, very well composed, but easy. Osaïto from Micallef. Coming from perfumer Richard Herpen. If you know Oud Wood from Tom Ford, then you know Richard Herpen, or you at least know one of his very popular works. This is from his own brand that he runs with his wife, and this is called, from their brand, Precious Liquid Salt and Pepper. This was sent to me by the brand pretty recently. This is from their newest collection, which I had the chance to try earlier this year. They have 5 fragrances in the collection, and this is probably the easiest one to wear. This is probably the most versatile. It is kind of what it sounds like. It's salt and pepper. There's a dry, peppery spiciness that is reminiscent of salty water, but not overly aquatic here. I have seen some reports of people saying this smells like Dior Sauvage. In fact, I have this on my arms. It's been lasting a good while too. I don't know if I see that. I can kind of stretch my mind to see that comparison, but this comes across as more natural smelling. That's more like shower gel to me. This is salt and pepper, maybe woody, fresh, definitely a little bit aquatic. It's gonna come across as a little bit familiar to a lot of people, but when you dive into it, there's definitely something special there. So I can easily recommend checking out Precious Liquid, Salt and Pepper. The rest of the collection is really nice. I'll be talking about more of them later on. I do have a code with them. Use Justin20 to get you a little discount on their website. I'm gonna have links and everything down below. Let's talk about another indie brand coming from the Montreal-based house of Monsillage. This is called Aviation Club. I've talked about this a handful of times. One of my favorite tobacco fragrances, but probably the easiest to wear tobacco that I've come across, but still very iconic, still very definitive. Green, metallic, fresh tobacco. If you can imagine that. It's like green and watery in a way, like water on green leaves, but a little bit of a leafy tobacco feel and a little bit of this metallic freshness. There's a touch of coffee in there, adding a bit of warmth and a little bit of like a whiskey note or something. Very, very slightly boozy, very classy, very elegant, simple, but unique. Get you a sample of Aviation Club if you get a chance. I'll have a link down below. From Diptyque, a well-known niche house. Their fragrances do range in terms of accessibility, I would say, but this is one of their more popular ones. This came out in the 90s, which I can't believe. And what that tells me is that this is a timeless scent. It smells like it could have come out yesterday. This is Philosykos. Fig. The fig tree in a bottle. Juicy, fresh, sweet, fruity fig, but green and woody. You get the branches and the leaves as well. A little bit of coconut in there to give it a creaminess, kind of fills out the fragrance a bit, makes it a tiny bit tropical, maybe a little bit reminiscent of being near the beach, but still a little bit more exotic with that green, juicy, but still sweet fig. It's just delightful, it's very pleasant. This is the EDT. Does not have amazing performance, but as I said, I don't really care about that. The scent transports me, and that's what I care about the most. They do have an EDP version, which might last on the skin a little bit longer if you need it.
I'm sweating. Wow.
That is Philosykos from Diptyque. Do check it out if you get a chance. Get a sample, don't blind buy it. From Aiden Bob, their first big hit, and really their first fragrance to kind of get them on the map, or maybe the first fragrance period as a brand selling to the world. This is called The Original. Just the original Aiden Bob. There's a whole story behind this fragrance and behind the brand in general. I'm not exactly sure how true it is, at least all the elements of the story, but it is a riveting tale and I do recommend checking it out. I think it's on their website. It involves John F. Kennedy war, it involves tragedy, it involves tucking away a fragrance inside of a book. It's again, very interesting. Again, check it out, but I can't speak about its validity. But I can speak about this fragrance being a little bit unique while being mostly familiar and easy to wear. Kind of a citrus aromatic scent in a way. Citrusy, yes. A little bit of this kind of nutty, sweet vanilla that's a little creamy in there. Woody. It's kind of like some basic elements all put together from your standard kind of men's everyday fragrance, but done in a little bit of a different way. Has a warmth to it as well as a freshness, so I think it does do well when it's a little bit cooler. This is an everyday fragrance that can work basically all year round. Doesn't have fantastic presence, but it's an eau de parfum. It's gonna stick on the skin. I've talked about concentrations and how they actually affect the vibe of a scent more than they affect how long it's gonna last, so keep that in mind. It is fresh, it has a little bit of pop, but it's mostly gonna just kind of radiate, leave a bit of a trail, have a little bit of a heavier presence, while still not overpowering. And for that, I dig it. Easy to wear. Aiden Bob, the original. From Xerjoff. At the current moment, my favorite from the brand. There's some I still have yet to try that I'm really interested to check out. I keep hearing about them from you guys, but for now, this is the one I keep recommending. And it's not a new one. This is 1861 Renaissance, one of the most natural and uplifting and just simply authentic citrus openings. Or openings, period. Honestly, it's like a lemon lime mint. Maybe like a mojito in a way, but more green. It's a robust freshness though, so strong and thick because there's a lot going on here. There's a rich kind of ambery warmth to the fragrance as it dries, almost making it creamy, in addition to being fresh and bright and citrusy and minty. Quite a combination. Again, not a slouch here in terms of performance. It will be on the skin all day long. It will behave in the air very, very strongly. But the overall scent profile, easy to wear. It's really gonna thrive with some heat, but you can pull it off in the cold too because it's so strong. That is Renaissance from Xerjoff. Easily one of the most uplifting fragrances in my collection has to be
Why am I showing you the test strip?
Luminesce from Frapin. Sometimes I just spray this stuff, not even on my skin, just to get it into my nostrils, have it affect my mood. This one affects me. Cooling, sharp, fresh, juicy, citrusy, bright, a little bit fruity. Lots of juniper berry, lots of gin, lots of citruses, maybe some woods in there. It smells kind of like a gin and tonic in a way, not overtly, and that's not what it's meant to be, but that kind of makes up the identity of the fragrance, that cooling, fresh, gin-like feel. Not the strongest performer in terms of projection, but it actually sits on the skin a while, and it kind of will radiate very, very closely after maybe 5-6 hours. It's still there. You may not smell it that much, but if you get a whiff of just in your immediate area, you might still catch it. This stuff stays on me for even up to 8 hours, but I'm not worried about that. I know a lot of you are, that's why I keep bringing it up, but I don't care. The scent is incredible. As I say, I'll just spray it just to smell it. I don't need it on myself. It just smells wonderful. It smells so natural. That is Luminesce from Frapin. Again, get you a sample. Don't worry about, oh, if it doesn't last, I'm not gonna buy it. Then don't buy it. Don't buy a bottle. Just get a sample. See what you think. And finally, from another indie brand known as Dasein. Some of you may know them. I think they make wonderful fragrances that are easy to wear, that are more versatile than their names would have them seem, but that are still very stand out. They still smell like only themselves and very transportive. This is a very uplifting fragrance while also being very calming and very grounding. This is called Winter, the original release from the brand Winter. This is like fresh cardamom with a little bit of this tea feel. Very, very, very cooling fresh, spicy, but kind of woody, making it a little bit dry in a way, balancing out the freshness. This is not a juicy, citrusy kind of fresh fragrance at all. It's fresh by way mostly of cardamom and just a spicy, lively feel that is reminiscent of just crisp, cool air in the winter. But it is a fresh fragrance. So just because it's called winter, like I said, it doesn't mean you have to only wear it in the winter. It is reminiscent of winter. It will paint that picture if you're looking for that vibe.
I'm sweating again.
But because it's fresh, you can wear it in the summer. Obviously, we know fresh fragrances thrive in the summertime, so do get you samples of this. I know they were talking about making samples available. I'm not sure if that's happened yet, but at the very least, I think they have an email list that you can join, and when samples are available you can be notified. I'm pretty sure all that information is on their website, so do check it out. They have some other wonderful fragrances, but this is one I would start with from the brand. It's the one that you can probably wear in most situations, again making it very easy to wear and love. And if you do find someone who doesn't love it, again, My phone number will be in the description. Have them call me. I will straighten them out. That is Winter from Dasein. Well, that's gonna do it for me. I wanna know, have you tried any of these fragrances? And either way, what's one niche or indie fragrance that you love that you find you could recommend to anyone? Not only just you, but anyone else you feel like they would at least like it and find it inoffensive, find it easy to wear. That's what we're talking about here. Trying to slowly break down the barriers, break down these walls between your mainstream stuff and your more interesting niche stuff, because people can be off put by something that may not be easy to wear. So hopefully these will be a gateway for you. Nonetheless, thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.